Hello students, today we will start chapter number 3, that is the business environment. Already we have completed chapter number 2 and all the important question I have given already. So today the chapter number 3 it will be started. Business environment, the chapter name, and you know what is the general meaning of environment. Environment means which is surrounding to us. When you are in your home, there is the home environment or homely environment, and when you are outside your home, that is the external environment. As same as the business has its different types of environment. So if you say what is the meaning of business environment, that means the totality of all individuals, institutions and other forces that are outside a business enterprises, but that may affect its functioning and performance. What is this meanings? Business environments is the aggregate of all institutions, events and influences that surround and affect. It may have both positive and negative effect on the business. And there are, if we draw a diagram, then you can see that if it is the business, it belongs to social, it belongs to political, it belongs to economic, it belongs to technical. So these all are related with the business environment. Okay. There are some internal environment, there are some external environment of the business. External environment, you can say, suppose customer. They are the external environment. They are the external, actually these all are, as said, the stakeholder of the business. Now, features of business environment. Features. First one, all the external forces. It means business environment is the sum total of all the external forces that influence of working of a business. Here I have written that it comprises all the sum total of the forces that are external. That means all the external environment, that forces, and all the sum total of all forces of external environment. Okay, this is one of the most important feature of business environment. Actually, business, it is directly related to the external forces, and it is also depends on the external forces. So external forces, it is very much effective for any business environment. If the external forces, and every time the business is also changed by the external forces. You know that the right situation, that's the lockdown situation, and for this situation the business is also hampering. In every day, whole around the world, the 1,000 crores of business that are going to hampered. So external forces, it is one of the most important feature of business environment. Next is specific and general. Actually, business environment is made up both specific and general forces. Specific forces refers to the customers, competitors, investors, etc., which have direct effect on the day-to-day working of the business. You know that. Whereas general forces refers to social, political, legal, technological and other forces, which I have drawn here. So specific forces, that means it is the forces present outside. It can be divided into customers, suppliers, competitors, and also political, social, technical and economic. So these are the specific and general forces of the business environment, which is very much effective, and on the basis of the specific and general forces, the business can exist for the future. Next is interrelated. What is the meaning of this? various elements of business environment are very closely related to each other. For example, you can take that at the present there has been an increase of demand of the product like fat-free food and drinks, refined cooking oil, sugar-free products due to increase of health awareness among the customer. So that's why it means that different factors are correlated. Also, there is the example, change in the import-export policy is a political change that gives rise to economic change as well. Interrelated, every forces, every you can say every part of the environment, they are the interrelated. If political environment is disturbed, then definitely it will be effect on social environment, and it is also affected by the technical environment, it is also affected by the economical environment. So all are related, all are interrelated. Okay, next is uncertainty. That means business environment is very uncertain, as one cannot predict as to what will happen in future. Example, if you take any example, suppose change in technology and fashion. Every time it is going to change. Every time it is changing. It is the few days ago, what was the choice and preferences of the customer? Right now it has changed. For a smartphone, suppose a smartphone, what you are want, suppose there should be there is the touch screen phone already that has implemented, but you want far better than that will help everything in your daily life, that has developed. So technological part, any fashion, that is also changing. It is not the rigid fashion. Every time the fashion are going to change. That's why the special in fashion industry, film industry, information technology, this all type of business environment are uncertain. They are not the rigid. Next is dynamic. It means also it keeps on changing. Every time, every moment, the situation of the business, that may be changed. That may be different. For example, change in government policies, change in taste and choice of the customers, change in technology. These type of things are the dynamic nature. Okay, such changes could be triggered by both internal and external factors. So, business environment is dynamic in nature. It keeps on changing. And the last one is complex. Complex, that means business environment, it is not a simple, it is very much complex. Many forces constitute the business environment. It is comparatively easier to study these forces separately in parts, but differently to task which you can achieve in a very easy way. For example, if there is a change in demand of a product, it becomes very difficult to determine the influence of social, political, technological, economical and legal forces on such a change collectively. That's why it is a very complex. It is not a very smooth environment because of the choice and the preference. Any type of changes, any type of uncertainty, any type of dynamic situation. So business environment, it is not a simple, anytime economic condition it may be changed, economic environment it may be changed, technological environment it may be changed, social environment it may be changed, political environment it may be changed. As same as these are the external, these are the different, these are the general forces. Specific forces like customers' preference, competitors' competition, investors' decision. These are the changing method, changing procedure. That's why for these different types of huge changes, the business it is also the complex it in nature. That's why it is difficult to know the extent of impact of the changes that the factors can bring in. You cannot predict. You cannot predict what will be happen, what are going to happening. Every time it is a very much uncertainty. That's why where the uncertainty, and that means there should be the complexity. So these all are the features of business environment. You will study it properly. Then again the next note will be provided. Thank you so much.